Hi, I'm John Townsend, and today I've got lots of questions and answers, and probably the main one, or the most important one, I think, are questions about Peter Goebel, the coppersmith episode that we just put out. I want to thank you for joining us today on Questions and Answers with James Townsend and Son. Our first question is on the sealing wax video. This is from Flying VS Farm, Miss B. She says, I have just started using sealing wax on my letters. I was excited to see this video. Does licking the stamp simply create a barrier to keep the wax from staying in the crevices of the stamp? And also, I saw there was a comment about making custom seals. Do you do this, or can you recommend a company that does? And also, what's the best vessel for heating the wax? So there's a bunch of questions there. The licking the stamp. Yeah, if you don't lick the stamp, quite often the sealing wax will seal to the seal instead of to the paper later on. So if you just lick that stamp, it does create a really thin moisture barrier that helps the sealing wax not stick to the seal. Custom stamps. Quite a few years ago, I had the time to do custom stamps for folks, but there's just no way that I can do them now, and I don't have a company that, off the top of my head, that I can recommend. If someone does have a suggestion on custom seals, please give it down in the comment section below. Also, what kind of vessel? And really, I don't have any great suggestions other than just any candle holder is going to work fine for that. Really, you're doing your best not to drip too much wax. So all you really need is that heat source to get that all heated up at once. Here's a great question on the 12th night cake. Hollis Martin, as well as many other people, asked, what happened to the brandy? You never put it in. Turns out Kevin drank it all before we were... No, he didn't drink it all. He was threatening to. You just put it in with the sweetmeats. Apparently, it ended up on the cutting room floor when we got there to that brandy part. But just put it in with the sweetmeats. It's not complicated. You don't need to cover it with cloth and have it brandy soaked or anything like that. Just goes right into the mixture. This last question is on the last Q&A we did. It's from I Am Your Worst Nightmare. And the question is, can you try making pizza in your Dutch or wood ovens? And you know what? We've made pizzas in our ovens before. The mud ovens make a wonderful pizza, although you definitely have to, it's best to have the fire going in the oven at the same time you're cooking it, instead of like bread where you take all the fire out, you put the bread in and you close the door. With pizza ovens, you leave the door open. And they make a tremendous pizza. And even in a Dutch oven, I don't think I've tried pizza in a Dutch oven, but I'm sure it would work out well. And some of you undoubtedly have asked about 18th century versions of pizza. Well, apparently the Italians had something that we might call pizza-like, sort of like a pizza dough that they would cook in ovens or outdoors, and it was street food in the 18th century, but not quite what we would think of as pizza. And again, on the last Q&A, James Genovese, I think that's how you pronounce it, he says, he notes that my beard is getting fuller. He says, how common was a full beard in the 1700s? That's a kind of a deep, complex question when you really get down to the different cultures that you are working with. The English in that time period, especially in the 1700s, they did not have beards. Other cultures are definitely going to have more diverse facial hair. The French, even in the sort of political satires or cartoons of the time period, you'll many times if you see a beard, it's noting something particular about the person. Maybe he's a Spaniard. And many times Jewish people are shown in the illustrations with beards. When you get to different cultures, it's really hard to do that research and know exactly what's happening, especially like in North America. We don't have nearly the number of illustrations of what people are their hair and their facial hair was in North America, so you have to go by written descriptions and things like that. So it can be much trickier, but in general, not nearly as often, at least in English context, that you're going to find any kind of facial hair. It definitely is saying something else or from a different culture. Here's a good comment on the soldier privation video that we just put out. It's from Kumal 3. Again, I'm not sure how you pronounce it. I missed the old videos, but I love the new ones. This one is one of my favorites. It brings home the fact that these were people's lives we discuss, good and bad. And I think that is something that we can very quickly lose track of, that we're talking about real people, real people's lives in history. It isn't just a movie or something else. It is something that we really need to keep in mind. Here's a great comment question that came in on the coppersmithing video with Peter Goebel. It's Ben Middleton. He says, I'm really interested in this subject, and I'm sure that I'm not alone. Is there any chance of a video following this fine gent as he makes a piece from start to finish? You know, we found this video and our whole encounter with working with Peter. Kevin and I traveled out to Delaware just to make a couple of videos and talk to Peter Goebel about what we were doing here and this video. And I find the video very important, and we really want to encourage Peter. We would like to have a video where he makes a piece from start to finish. And there's another video in the pipeline that will come out in the next couple of weeks. That'll be another Peter Goebel video where he's talking about a particular piece. Very, very interesting. What I want you out there to help us with is encouraging Peter. In the comment section below, if you could, give us your thoughts about this video and about what he does, and encourage him to share and what you thought about the video. I would really like to see some of these comments, and make sure to share this video. Again, it's one of those things. It's kind of an important thing for us to engage with these folks that have worked so long to learn what they've got to learn and want to share it with other folks. I really want to thank everyone out there for all the comments you've given, especially in the Peter Goebel videos and all the other videos that we do. It is amazingly encouraging to get all this feedback from everyone out there who watches videos. It really is something that puts a smile on our face and keeps us doing what we need to do. And there's so much more that we need to do. We have all these projects that we're working on right now. So thank you so much for the great questions, for the wonderful and encouraging comments. And I really want to thank you for taking the time and watching these videos. If you're a new viewer and you haven't subscribed, press the subscribe button up here. That'll take you to a spot where you can subscribe. That really is the best way to get notification of all the new videos that are out. I want to thank everyone for watching.